Morning again. Hopefully, like I always say, like I always start this, hopefully everything is going well for you. Hopefully life is improving. Hopefully life is there's growth. It's not as much stress, but that's life, right? That's what we deal with. That's an everyday thing. I just love to encourage. Like I said, this week was pretty phenomenal for me. Again, it's always gonna have its ebbs and flows, but like overall, it was a good week. And so, as we move into August, as we move into the heart of July, getting prepared for August, obviously anyone in football knows it's probably time to get back to camp. Um, you're no longer unwinding, but kind of getting ready, kind of getting refocused, getting involved more with planning for the end of the month, going into August, and then football season's here. So but I just want to keep encouraging you all, even encouraging myself to keep going, to keep pushing. Like this is not the end of your story. Keep fighting. Whatever it is you're going through, uh, you have survived 100% of your bad days, and so you're gonna keep surviving them as long as you want to. As long as you want to keep going, keep going. Don't quit. Don't give up. This world cannot defeat you unless you give up. That's it. Like you just gotta look at that mindset that I get through the day, I lay my head down, and then tomorrow's a new day, and tomorrow won't be like today. That I'll work to improve it. That life will treat me better. That I'll make it treat me better. Because we all want to be productive. We don't want to be stressed every day over the same old things. And some things just get rid of. Some things just stop worrying about. Just throw it over your shoulder and keep it moving because it's sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. And if there's nothing you can do about it, why worry? It's going to happen and then it's going to move on and then you're going to move on. And then months later, you'll laugh at it. Like you were stressing about that. Um, but something I've realized is that everything that we go through grows us, it prepares us for something. And it's so easy for us to just complain or mope or, soak in this negativity where you can turn it around and you can flip it and you can look at it like whatever I'm going through is preparing me for something. What is it that you're trying to tell me, God? Like, what is it that I need to learn? What am I preparing for? What is coming? That might be a blessing, but you got to go through some trials and tribulations to overcome it, to prepare for it, to receive it. We're not always ready for our blessings. Some things we have to go through to prepare us, to prune us, to prime us for this moment. If you don't want the moment and then you're not prepared for it, then you lose it. And then you spend 6, 7 months, a year moping about that. So, like, everything you go through grows you. That's what I tell it to myself. Everything I go through grows me. It's here for a reason. It's a blessing or a lesson. And most of the times it's still a blessing, even if it's a lesson. We just got to learn what to deal with, how to deal with it, and how to contribute to it. How can I use this to my advantage? And that's the thing. That's what's important about life, about growth, about achievement, about success. Um, we love the success stories because of the trials and tribulations. Well, unless it happens to us, and then it's a problem, right? Like we love to watch the movies, we love to read the books, we love to pay attention to the stories that have the trials and tribulations in them, and how the actor, the character, survives and grows, and we clap, and then it happens to us, and then it's a problem. It's no longer a movie. It's no longer a play. It's no longer a story. It's no longer a book. Now it's reality. It's real life, and we can't handle it. It's going to be the same ending as all those movies were. It's going to end in success. You're just going through this for a reason. It's preparing you for something that you've never had in your life, and you have to be able to hold on to it. You have to be able to grow with it. That's all it is. It's come to pass, not come to stay. Like it's going to pass. The storm is going to pass over, and you're gonna be on the other side, and you're gonna be wondering why were you worrying so much about something that was so minute. But in a moment, like it hurts. It does. I'm not gonna tell you it doesn't hurt. In a moment, it does. It hurts. But we cannot skip steps. Don't skip steps. Don't try to gain an advantage because you'll lose something. You'll lose something very important. You'll lose the process. You'll lose the purpose. You'll lose the 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 situation that you're going through. Like in that moment, yes, it's painful. Yes, it hurts. But on the other side, it's the gold. Like you're being the potter is molding you. And some things has to go. Some things you don't need anymore. Some things you're clinging to that's old habits. Like they say, old keys don't open new doors. You gotta get new keys. And in order to get new keys, the key maker has to, cut some of that stuff off. It has to form that key. And that's a process. That's trial by fire. Like you're not gonna get anything that you really want or that's worth something as a handout. One, because you won't receive it the same. Two, you won't take care of the same. You didn't work for it. You didn't earn it. Like earn your success. Learn to earn your success. I don't want anyone to give me anything because the truth is I won't appreciate it the same. If I worked for it, if I created this, if I built this, if I planted this seed, like it's important for me to water that flower. It's important for me to water that soil because I put that there. That's my baby. I created that. I worked for that. And so it means a little more as opposed to something that someone just gives me. I don't want any handouts. I thank God for everything that I have, but I want to work for it because I want it to be mine. I want it to be earned. Maybe that's pride. I have no idea. Listen, I'm not, somebody want to write me $1 million check. I'm not telling them no, I don't want it. But like I want it written because I've done something of significance. That's it. Like I want to pour into the lives of people. I want people to succeed. Like that's like, but again, we can't skip steps. Like, do I want what I'm going through to end? Yeah, probably so. Like, I mean, I'm anything we go through that's uncomfortable, we don't want to deal with. But if they told me like at the end of this, being uncomfortable, there's $10 million, or there's a promotion, or there's an opportunity, like I'm not gonna fast forward. I have to fail a little bit. I have to feel that pain a little bit because it's going to make the success even more gratifying because I have a sense of value. I earned it. I went through it. I got the gold star. I ain't skip anything. I ain't go around anything. And the truth is, sometimes going around it takes longer than going through it. So you got to think about that before you try to go around it. You try to skip a step. Don't skip a step. I've had multiple situations in my life where I skipped steps and it didn't go well. Like I've tried to go around supervisors. I've tried to um, I've asked for things from God and kind of got the answer of not now, and still try to go around it. I've bought cars I didn't need to buy. I've rented. I've moved. I've accepted jobs, like the Pelicans job I accepted. You look at my resume, it's the only job probably in there that you look like that don't belong there. But I wanted that opportunity. I was eager for that opportunity. And I was impatient with other opportunities, and so I took that opportunity. I had to drive. I had a Hummer, I had an H3 Hummer that I drove from Hammond, Louisiana, to New Orleans to work with the Pelicans on the game night staff. And what that did, right, because I was trying to go to professional league. I always wanted to work for the Saints. That's been a dream of mine. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. And I thought because ownership was the same, that, I'll run into somebody and I'll create an opportunity for myself. And that wasn't That wasn't the goal. That wasn't the plan that God had for me. I was supposed to be a high school teacher. I was supposed to meet certain people. I was supposed to coach certain people, and they would open doors for me. I didn't want that. I wanted to speed up the process. I wanted to skip a couple steps. I wanted to do it my way. And I mean, again, a Hummer, that H3 Hummer probably got 10 miles a gallon, 8 to 10 miles a gallon of gas. Can you imagine how much I was spending on gas going to New Orleans probably twice, 3 times a week? And then because of that, I had to take off days, take sick days, uh, as a high school teacher, and that ended up getting me fired. Uh, I was fired forward, like I was blessed to fall forward in my failure when I was fired. That I ended up, going to Albany High School and becoming the defensive coordinator, and that was probably one of the best years of my life. I think 2016. Um, 2016, 2017. Yeah, 2016. We went 9-1, but that was the grace of God. Like I literally was leaving one job to go work another job, taking sick days because I wanted to do that, because I wanted to rush the process. I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to, like, if I'd have waited a few months, I'd have had a seamless transition to working at Albany High School. I wouldn't have had to move. I wouldn't have been worried about moving, paying rent, because I no longer had the job I had at in Hammond. But that was my fault. That was my choice. I wanted to speed up the process. I wanted to do it my way, and that's just not how it works. And while it was a great opportunity, I ended up being fired from the Pelicans over a signed autograph shirt. Now, granted, I didn't give that shirt back because I didn't have a desire to be with the Pelicans after that. Not because of the Pelicans, but that role that I was with. I just looked at that role as, oh, I didn't look at the role. I looked at the organization. I looked at the bright lights, the big picture. I looked at the pridefulness, right? I'll be working for the Pelicans. I'll be working in the NBA. I didn't look at the fact that I'll be in a lowly game night staff position, paying me an hourly salary that essentially was not even enough to pay for gas traveling back and forth. That was a negative. That was a negative in my pocket. But because I wanted to skip steps, I wanted to create my own opportunity, I struggled. I struggled for most of that year until I was able to get back on my feet with working at Albany High School. But that was pain I created on myself. Like the world didn't do that to me. God didn't do that to me. The devil didn't do that to me. I made that decision based on my own thoughts. That's why I say no one controls you. No one. Like you do it yourself. If you look back at most of your pains, your trials and tribulations, it's based off decisions. Decisions shape your life. Again, I've said it from maybe my first podcast. It's something I've kind of, formulated in my mind at how life is, right? You get choices, you make decisions, there's consequences to those decisions, and then there's a response from yourself. And then it's rinse and repeat. It's the same thing. You get a choice, you make a decision, there's a consequence, good or bad, and then you have to respond to that. And that's your life. Go over your life, and I promise you those four things, that's your life. And that was the situation with me. I had a choice of, hey, I could stick it out with the plan that was working. Like I was elevating within the school system, but my desire was to be in sports. And I was coaching also, so I still had that. It just I didn't like my day job. I didn't like teaching, not because I didn't. It really wasn't like fruitful. I just didn't. I just don't believe you should do something you don't like. I don't believe you should do something that is not desirable to you. I think someone else should be doing it. I think you're taking food out the mouth of someone who really enjoys being a teacher. And so that was not a desire of mine. I love the kids. I love helping people. That wasn't my thing. And it helped pay bills, but that's not what I want to do in my life. And so I try to speed up that process. I try to skip a couple steps. and say, hey, look, I can just go straight to, working in the NFL, working in the NBA. I had this plan in my head that, okay, once I get to the Pelicans, I'm going to run into Gail Benson or someone, right? I'll run into one of the Benson family members and I'll chat it up because of the gift of, like I said, relatability. And one thing will lead to another. They'll hire me and I'll be like the general manager by the time I'm in 4 years. Like, I had this whole plan in my head. That's my plan. That was my plan. As unrealistic as it sounds, that was my plan. That wasn't God's plan for my life. And because I tried to skip steps, I landed in a bad situation that I couldn't afford to live. That I was struggling. So I had to pick up a third job working at Family Dollar. So I was leaving, and I would work at Family Dollar. And even at one point, I was working overnight at a hotel at the La Quinta Inn from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then would leave there and go to the middle school. And then on certain days that I had basketball games, I would just go straight to New Orleans. And one thing I know that added years, that probably took years of my life, age wise, because I was, some days I wasn't sleeping, some weeks I wasn't sleeping, all because I was pursuing something that I wasn't ready for. And in the end, look at where I'm at now. That's the truth. Because I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to skip some steps. I wanted to speed up the process. I wanted to, move it forward quicker instead of just trusting the process, believing in the process, and just taking the necessary steps. And again, I thank God that it didn't land me. I wasn't homeless or jobless at any point. I was a hustler. I still am, but I'm gonna make a way. As long as God keep waking me up, I'm gonna make a way. And I thank God for that. I thank just for the opportunity, just for the mentality, right? But I put myself in a bad situation in that mindset, in that hustler's mindset, that I can always make it out. Like, you can, but you gonna struggle, and you gonna struggle because of you. You ain't struggling because of nobody else. You made that decision. You got the boyfriend or girlfriend. You moved into the expensive house. You bought the expensive car. That's not on God. That's not on your supervisor. They don't have to pay you more. You're skipping steps. You trying to get rich without even having a revenue. You ain't doing nothing for it. And you mad at society because you got to pay bills that you went and signed up for. Think about that. Think how delusional that sounds. I was mad that I had to work another job because I created expenses for myself. That's not what the job is here for. Your job ain't here to pay your bills. Your job is here for you to earn money. That's it. You have to live within your means. I wasn't. And I thought it was a great idea until it wasn't. Until I got that bill back. Like I said a few weeks ago, that bill gonna be due. You're gonna have to pay it up. And if you can't afford it, you're in trouble. But you can't go back on it. You created the expenses. You made those decisions. The world didn't. The devil did. The devil didn't give you a car. He don't want you happy. He don't want you excited. He wants you miserable. He wants you upset. He wants you mad. He wants you to stop believing in God. How does he do that? Like, he put the thoughts in your head, and you gotta have the wherewithal to say, I don't need that. I think I call it. People may call it spiritual maturity. You know what you can afford. You know what you can handle spiritually. The natural things of the world affects you spiritually. Was it anything that affects your mind, anything that affects your mental, is spiritual. And so I put myself in those situations. I did that to myself, right? And it was a learning experience. Listen, I don't take away nothing that I've been through because I put myself in those situations. I did that. It's my decisions. I could have chose other things. I didn't. I chose this path, and I got to live it. And I'm okay with that. Does it hurt? Yes. Is it bothersome? Yes. Do I wish I can change it? Absolutely. But it's in the past. It's done. I got the t-shirt already. I got the gold star. I got the gold medal. Because I've been through that, right? And so now I know what not to do next time. It's a lesson. That's what it is. And I ain't skipping it. I'm going through it, especially if I choose it. Can't get mad at the world because I chose something. I got a choice. I go left or right. Like, and if I choose whatever I choose, it is what it is. But I take solace in the fact that God says you go to the left or the right, I'm with you. So I have no worries. They don't make it right. Did I do dumb stuff? That we do dumb stuff, like, right? But you understand that you have your protector, your comforter with you. But let's limit the dumb things we do. Like, there's no way I'm driving a Hummer, an H3, and driving back and forth from Baton Rouge to New Orleans, or from Hammond to New Orleans. Like, that's insane. And then got the job at Southern University and was driving from Hammond to Baton Rouge. I didn't learn my lesson in 2015, 2016. I had to do that in 2017, 2018 until I fully started working in football. But I was working in entertainment with Southern University. Working in sports entertainment wasn't good enough at Southeastern. I had to do it at Southern. I had to go to Baton Rouge. And uh, like, again, I don't take it back. Like, I wish I did it a little differently. But that's the war scars, right? That's the stories that I can sit here and tell people about perseverance, about overcoming adversity. But it's the adversity I brought upon myself. It's not adversity that the world put upon me, or put on me. I did it to myself. I did that. And so we have to first acknowledge our mistakes, our mess ups, our shortcomings, and then move forward from there. But I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. I'm never gonna do that. I used to, like when I was younger, I used to, oh, they hating on me. Ain't nobody hating on you. You're making dumb decisions. Stop doing that. Stop skipping steps. Do it the right way. Choose hard things. Have a tough life. It's gonna work out for you. I'm not saying go out here and do these crazy things. No, but like, go through some stuff. Go, like, that's why I feel like sometimes I can't lose because I'm battle tested, because I've been on the bad side of things and came on the other side. I've survived. I've thrived by the grace of God. And so, like, the things I go through now, like, I'll be okay. I've survived 100% of my bad days. I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm still moving. Still working. Still loving. And we got to get to that point that no matter how bad it seems, I'm still here. There's a purpose for me. God still woke me up. There's a reason for that. There's someone I got to meet. There's something I got to do. There's a reason I'm here. And I got to make the best of it. I'm not complaining anymore about what I asked God for. The saying of, we get mad that our plate is full when I ask to eat. Keep eating. You ask for it. You ask for the food. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. Don't get full. You ask for all that. Destroy. Consume it. Do what you gotta do. Don't ask for nothing that you can't handle. Be careful what you ask for. If you can't handle it, you can't handle it. Don't overshoot. Don't oversell, overpromise, and underdeliver. Go for it, but put everything in it. Go hard. Complete the task. It's gonna feel better. You'll understand. You'll pay attention more. Your desire will be different once you complete the task that you probably didn't think you could. Other people didn't think you could, and that's something else. I stop worrying about what other people think. That doesn't matter, because what happens over time is you start to believe that. You start to listen to that. You start to think that of yourself. Only person that matters is you. Only opinion that matters is yours. It's not that hard. Don't overcomplicate it. Think of yourself in a positive light. But in order to do that, right, you gotta go through some stuff. You gotta be battle tested. You gotta accept hard things, tough things. It's gonna work out in the end. It's gonna be well worth it. You're gonna rejoice in the end because it's you have a purpose here. You matter. Like if God keep waking you up, there's something He wants you to do. There's someone He wants you to see. You gotta meet someone. There's a life that He wants you to live. And obviously you're not living it right now. That's why you're miserable. That's why you depressed. That's why you're struggling. And those are real feelings. That happens. That's a part of it. But now we got to figure out how to switch it up, how to use it for our advantage. Because we're going through this, right? But it's not going to be forever. It's come to pass, not to stay. You're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. We're all going to be blessed. We are blessed now. We just got to keep fighting. We got to keep pushing. Don't skip any steps because every step matters. I've been climbing going the steps in the stadium. And listen, when I skip a step, I feel that now. So I make sure I step on every step because it's a rhythm. It's a technique. And you build it. And it feels better at the end when you've done everything how you're supposed to. Don't feel like you cheated yourself. Don't cheat yourself because you can't get that time back. And that experience that you try to skip over is going to be on the test that you have. And you're not going to have the answer because you skipped over. It skipped a few pages. And you're going to need that. It all matters. Everything matters. Enjoy it. Embrace it. You're going to be okay. We're all up. We've made it this far. We're going to keep going. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Remember, don't skip any steps. Keep going. Keep flourishing. Keep moving. You're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. We're blessed. I thank y'all. I love y'all. Keep going. Remember that.